Boots back and forth. They go for the back line. Lorna with a beautiful coil, and there's the sharpshooter in the mix too. Mira dead. Mikoto will follow, and Ollie caught in the river. AVULUS finally finding some relief, but the fight's not over yet. Toronto, Tokyo, and Roshan is also at 1700 HP. That's Puppey gone once again, my goodness. This level 16 Lycan causing a bit of a headache here.
He has a one charge.
He needs to move out, does have Nightfall also shielding him. Will be able to run away, and that does mean AVULUS will secure the Roshan in the end. With those rapid few kills, AVULUS find the backline.
This is the classic gameplay. Remember the gyro game where I was constantly saying with the gyro you want to stand and you want to taunt the enemies to come at you, right? Same is true for a Terrorblade. He wants to do the same. So that's why you want the puck, you want the hoodwink, you want the brewmaster all around the Terrorblade, and that's kind of what happened there. Aurora are running in towards him. They're poking into the pit. In the end, it wasn't the TB that was doing the damage, but he was the one that was standing his ground. And then at some point, Lornov, he gets vision of the two supports, jumps in, and they're gone. At that point, the fight is over. You need your line. You need your Jakiro. You need your heroes to find this puck first and actually apply some pressure onto him.
Great way to deal with the fight, especially with the global silence this time. Maybe if Puppey was a bit shaky with pressing that earlier on, this one was perfectly timed.
Much easier to do so as well, right? When the enemies are coming at you, they decide when they're gonna commit, and when they commit, global silence comes out. Turnaround is there.
That's true.
So now Pike on the
ready for
Terrorblade.
TB. So Pike and Manta. Means that once the Scotty's coming back up, it's going to be difficult for that magical burst to take down the TB.
Oh, they know he's here.
For him to use Sunder.
He's alone, no global. Oh, he just got it. That's
perfect timing there for the global silence. Safe, smiling Knight. Aurora wasn't probably expecting that to happen. Bring in the whole team. Seeing that shapeshift. Can they go for the chase? Shakers in top. Nightfall's in mid.
You have to respect the smoke. This is such a fast smoke, though. Even if you expect it, there's a question if you can get out in time if you're Aurora. Ollie, very smart. I think they knew.
Ollie's able to tag that one at least for the team, and almost gets the TP out. They're going to have to use the coil for it. Lockdown is a bit of an issue for AVULUS when you look at it that way.
This is still a big victory for Aurora. Force out 5 heroes bottom. They recognize that the smoke was coming. They get themselves out. AVULUS needs something out of this movement, right? Deep wards, some setup for future fights, because shoving out the waves is going to be very hard. They're going to have to disperse.
Yeah, big piece of your team fight now missing. Shapeshift's coming off cooldown in 20 seconds. We'll have your global still down for a bit. Puppey's been a smart lad, and I'm sure if we talked about that Midas of his.
Nope. But that's a classic Puppey item. Remember the famous Puppey interview? He's like, why are you buying so many Midases? He's like, because it's so good when you need to come back into the game. Why is you buying Midases when you're ahead? So that they can never catch up to me in farm. I remember that it's the old Navi days. And in that meta, I think it was TI3 if I remember correctly, they were buying 5 Midases every single game. It's absurd.
Yeah. Well, Midas was a pretty value item back then. Now it's all about the Dominator meta. All the min-max calculations that you can cast Dominator 2.4 times during the time of a Midas. Or at least the value of a Dominator 2.4 times to the Midas.
Not if you ask Puppey, this guy's still buying a Midas, so no, one of the biggest brains of Dota. Maybe Midas will be back.
Biggest brain just got caught, but did get the global silence off. However, he is going down. Saberlight is there. That was a finger of death. Not gonna lie. Gonna cost Ollie his life too. So they'll find a trade 2 for 1. The global on cooldown again. Has been pretty much on cooldown non-stop this game.
Yeah, but every time Puppey gets it, he's just spamming R. I don't know. Aurora are trying to find the timing when it's down, but they're never able to go for a fight fast enough. I think what they're lacking is a little bit more of a wave clear, just so that the waves are even deeper on the enemy side of the map, and that's gonna give you opportunities. That's why I would like this Toronto Tokyo Lycan to get that shard. I think yesterday I saw today Liquid bought a very early shard, and I really like that. Ace bought it as like his second or third item. And I really like how that game went for them. It was pretty easy. The other Lycans that we see are just very greedy in terms of getting that item, and I don't know why. It's just so valuable.
Yeah, you already got a shard on the Jakiro and the Shaker. The Shaker generally needs it. It's in his item build. Gonna have to buy that shard. Very low chances you'll get it from the Tormentor. Of course, now we're already getting closer to the second one in about 3.5, maybe 4 minutes. We'll have a Radiance up on AVULUS soon. Brewmaster's Torture is finally coming to an end.
Yeah, he's finally gonna start getting some farm once that Radiance is up. Not gonna lie, man, this AVULUS draft is coming up together quite strong, and I think they've survived through the worst. Their laning phase went solid. The advantage of the Shaker killing the puck, it wasn't there. Your Terrorblade is now getting to a point where you're not going to be able to burst him